What's up, Max? Can you hear me? You can hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me, man. So the trial today is supposed to be starting at 9:30. Cassie cross-examination. If y'all can't hear me, let me know. It's not fun getting tickets, man. You can hear me? Okay, cool. Big fat ticket. It is nowhere to park over here, man. I gotta figure that parking out. But y'all can hear me loud and clear, right? Because my car sometime, it do funny things with the audio. So today is cross-examination with Cassie. And I believe Mark Agnifilio. I believe Mark Agnifilio is going to cross-examine her. Now, a lot of people, depending on who you talk to, they're saying that she was a willing participant, you know, in this whole thing. So that's what they're going to probably say today with her. So they're going to grill her on that stand. Like, I'm for sure it's going to get testy, too. I'm expecting it. I know people saying that, you know, they got to be careful on how they cross-examine her, and I'm saying the same thing. But however, they're gonna go for it for sure. She did well on the stand. I mean, they're anticipating that she's gonna be on that stand at least till Friday, or maybe Monday, because after they cross-examine her, and then the prosecutors are going to talk to her again, then the defense might try again. It might be all the way until Monday or Tuesday. She's the star witness for the state, for the government. So yeah, since she's the star witness for the government, you know, they're gonna have to, because they're making it seem like, you know, he groomed her and stuff like that. So for sure they're gonna try her, for sure. They're for sure gonna try her today. Said I left my iPad behind. Of course I did. I can't bring electronics in the federal court building, so I can't really. I had planned to give you guys updates after the break. However, they make it so difficult there. Now, some people do go live after the, you know, right before the break. Some people quickly grab their phones and talk about the case. But I was talking to one of the guards there. They don't like that, and they know that it's happening, and they they said that's not supposed to be happening, and they know who's doing it. I'm like, wow. So we can't go outside and provide updates. I mean, we're the news. We're technically the media as well. We're we're YouTubers, but we're the media. But they don't like no devices. They don't care who you are. They don't like no devices in the courtroom. Oh shoot. Go ahead if you're going. Oh, I knew I gotta change that to avoiding highways. I need the highways. But yeah, so it's kind of hard to give you guys updates like I had wanted to. I'm in the flow of things now, you know, but it's like I got to get the phone and come back out, and I got to wait back online. I mean, I got to wait online anyway. Technically, I could get my phone and recheck it in. I could do that because what if I have to go to lunch? You know, I could do that. It shouldn't be a problem, but it's so hectic out there, man. It's as you guys know, it's real hectic. So it's like, I don't know, but we'll see today. But it was a lot of explosive testimony so far with Cassie. She revealed a lot of things. And looking on the outside in, it's like she was groomed. You know, she was young when she met him. But, you know, they're not going to play that game with her today. They're going to be like she was a willing participant. So the jury could see that. But the thing is, if they get her upset to the point, they got to be real careful. Mr. Agnifilio got to be real careful. Because if he get her real upset and she can't go no more, then that's going to be an issue. They're going to have to hold her testimony if she can't go no more. Because when I say she's very pregnant, she's very pregnant. Like, very. But that's some crazy timing, right? It's crazy timing. Yes, Mr. Agnifilio. Because I had to leave, but when I left, it was over. So I guess I left at the right time, right? But he questioned her a little bit or something, but it looks like they're going to use him. I thought, you know, we thought they were going to use one of the other attorneys, or Tenny Garagos, or the new attorney they hired. To cross-examine her. But it looks like they're going to use the lead attorney here, which I understand because he's been on the case since the beginning. He'll be the one, he knows everything about the case, and he will be the one to question her. But and he's going to go hard, man. The jury, I'm already seeing how the jury looks. Just the way the makeup of the jury, I don't know if that's going to go well with the jury. And they could potentially be very behind in this case early on. And the reason why that's the case is because they have to get her out of the way, because she's due. They said she's due any day now. So they have to usually, since she's a star witness, they'll wait. The prosecutors will wait until they, you know, not till they almost about to close the case, but towards the end, towards the middle or towards the end, they'll bring the star witness in. But they couldn't do that this time because she might not be available. You know what I'm saying? Medically. She medically might not be there to finish the testimony, so they got to do it now. So what's happening is there's a lot of explosive stuff happening early on in the case. This case could potentially be lost here in this cross-examination. So I get the seriousness because their client is facing a lot of time. So I get the seriousness of, you know, why he would want to go hard here, you know, but just due to these are unusual circumstances. She's due any day now. And if they get her super upset, because she's been through a lot, right? So if they get her super upset, like, I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know how this is going to go. But we're going to see. We're going to see. We got to wait and see. But yes, he is going to be the one to question her. For sure. He going to question her, for sure. Or they might change their strategy. Because yesterday, they had some motions yesterday, and Tenny Garagos, she was like, we want all the exhibits. She said, we don't have all the exhibits. And she said, I want them now. She said that to the judge just like that. I want them now. Not yesterday. I don't want to wait. She said, I want them now. So, yeah, she want the exhibits. So they don't want no surprises because they need to prepare. This is a serious situation. Their client is we already know what he's facing. And yesterday, like I said, there was some there was some things she said. There was some things she said about the Kid Cudi situation. And I don't know if Kid Cudi is going to testify, but that's a serious situation right there. What she said about Kid Cudi. She was dating Kid Cudi, but she was dating him on the low though, because some people are making it seem like, oh, she was free to date other people. She made it seem like she had to sneak and date him because she said she got a burner phone. And they said, well, why did you get a burner phone? So Diddy wouldn't find out that she's dating Kid Cudi. And then when he found out she was dating Kid Cudi, allegedly, he had his car firebombed. I'm gonna still say allegedly, even though they showed text messages of him saying we're gonna go out of the country before his car blow up. So me personally, that's very damaging. They got him dead to rights. They got him dead to rights on that. And so I understand the seriousness of the lawyers that they want all these exhibits. I do. I understand it. I understand exactly what she's saying. Like, listen, we're behind. Like, we don't want to be behind. We don't want no surprises. We want all the exhibits so we can examine all of the exhibits so we can prepare. Because they will, like, okay, I got the exhibits now. Okay, now we got to figure out how we defend them. Because despite all she said, all the other stuff, the raunchy stuff that's making headlines. No, I'm talking about that firebombing, because there was a text message. And then there was messages when she went to the Prince party. She had to sneak and go to the Prince party because he'll get mad, and then he end up going to the Prince party anyway. The late great artist formerly known as Prince. He held a party at his house in Los Angeles just to, play some music for people, play some live music, an intimate session at his house. Prince used to do that a lot, I heard. And he used to invite certain people, come here and play and whatnot. So she was invited. A friend of hers was invited. She was invited too. And then next thing you know, he gets mad and she gets beat up, and she showed the pictures of her beat up. It's not looking good in front of this jury right now. It's looking like he's a straight up woman beater. Like straight up. And I'm telling you, these old people, these older folks on the jury, they're not going to like it. I'm just telling you this. They're not going to like it. So I do understand the seriousness of they got to defend him with the best, they got to put their best foot forward to defend him. So it looks like I'm going to get there at the same time today. Because they said it started at 9:30, but by the time I get there, they be getting ready to start. So they said New Jersey Transit might be going on strike, so I'm going to have to drive in anyway. I do have the luxury to take the train, but however, they talking about they going on strike, baby. All right, he want to get over and I want to get over. Let me see. Can I get over? Oh, man, they not going to let me over, man. I forget where I'm at. I got to, like, take it. I got to take. Oh, shit. My bad. He let me over. Hold on. So I get the seriousness of it, folks. That Kid Cudi situation is very damaging. You see, people, they letting you focus on, oh, he like, this on his chest and all this, the nipple stuff. Yes, that's crazy, right? No, that's not it. That's not it. That Kid Cudi situation is it. That Kid Cudi situation, she got receipts on it. I'm telling you guys, she got receipts. I was there. She got receipts. Text messages of him saying, well, we about to go out of the country so that, and then he said, I want to make sure his friends are there to see his car firebomb. He said it came from his phone. Now let's stay focused, man. That's it. That is it right there. That is a major key to the case. That is showing the racketeering and conspiracy. I'm telling you, this woman was cooking yesterday. I had it. I'm not saying everybody looked the same, but I said it was Comey yesterday. It wasn't her. It was another prosecutor that was cooking. Comey cooking too, though. They all cooking. I'm just letting you know that. They all cooking. And they doing it their own way. It's a slow cooker. It's a slow roast. They got him in a slow cooker. It ain't done yet. It ain't done yet. They still slow cooking. But listen, they talking about all other stuff. The Kid Cudi. Remember, I want y'all to write this down or remember it. She had receipts, him coming from his phone, saying that that Kid Cudi, his car got to go, yo. His car got to go, man. And see, the reason why is because I'm gonna tell you something. They're right. Tenny Garagos is correct. He was jealous. Both of them were jealous. It wasn't just him. Both of them were. Cassie was jealous too. Okay? She was jealous too. It was a jealous, toxic relationship. However, it's not normal to blow up somebody's car. That's not normal. And if you had help, that's the racketeering conspiracy. Okay? And they got him on the fight, the firebombing, all that's in the racketeering. They got him there. The jury can just chill now. They can just be like this. We got him. We got him. Now, can they get him on the other stuff, the sex trafficking? And she's saying that she paid with his direction, paid the talent to come to wherever they at. Ibiza, Cannes. They were in Cannes. There. That's international. Cannes, right? Wherever they are. Oh yeah, we had a free call. So you had to pay him anywhere between whatever to $6,000. You know what I'm saying? So that they have a serious problem. Guys, they have a serious problem, man. The Kid Cudi situation. They have a serious problem. Okay, I'm just letting the lawyers know y'all have a serious. I'm the 12th juror here. I mean, I'm the 13th juror. Y'all got a serious problem. Y'all have a serious problem. Serious. Because he liked the text. See, a lot of these people now, they get convicted over what they say on their phone. That's where the convictions comes now. With technology or their own text messaging. You know women don't delete anything. Guys, women don't delete anything, and they don't forget anything, and they don't delete anything. They got minds like elephants. They sure as hell don't delete no text messages. So if you got somebody you really into, be careful what you say on them text messages. I'm not saying your old lady trying to set you up. I'm not saying your old lady trying to set you up. But be careful what you say on those text messages. He said it, man. And then look, check this out. He like a mafia boss kind of. He found out. I get why he was pissed. And Chopper said, this is what Chopper said from Making of the Band. He said she used to trigger Diddy. She used to trigger Diddy. Let me tell you something. I get what he's saying. He said she used to trigger him because she know how to trigger him, and then he act. And he saw the violence because she used to trigger him. Now, let me just say this. I get what he's saying. But if you're around somebody that trigger you, because I've been there. If you around somebody that trigger you, listen, fellas, listen to me real quick. Listen to me. I don't care how pretty she is. I don't care how pretty she is. If she triggered you to the point where you have to resort to violence, you gotta let her go. You gotta let her go. because if you hit her, the law is not going to understand that. They're not going to understand it. If you have to go to trial, the jury of your peers are not going to understand it, because you could hit her the wrong way and she could pass away. You see how big my hands are? I hit somebody the wrong way. I'm not saying I'm not saying I'm powerful like Riddick Bowe and shit, but I got some caveman hands. I got caveman hands, yo. Have I been hit at before? Yeah, but I block. And I got to be careful how I block a punch, because I could block a certain. I know a little something about the 52 blocks. A lot of people don't know what that is, but I know a little something my uncle taught me. I could block it a certain way. I can hit you with the skull and crossbones. It can break your fucking hand. It can break your fucking hand if I do it the right way. And then I can still get in trouble. Because she hit me and broke her hand or broke her wrist or whatever the case is. Because, you know, women, you don't want no woman with, you know, saying, I don't like a woman with rough hands, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, nice and delicate. And, you know, it don't have to be, you know what I'm saying? I like them, you know, imagine, because my ex one time, I ain't gonna lie to you, my ex, we got into a toxic situation and we were drunk one night. It was all because I don't drink. To be honest, I don't drink no more. We were drunk one night, yo. It was her birthday. And she was feeling a little saucy. And she was like, yo, we had got back to my house. And she was like, yo, she's like bougie and shit. The way she said, why don't she just say she needs some soda, yo? I need some carbonation. I said, I got some in the refrigerator. No, I want some carbonation. I said, I got some in the refrigerator. Go look. And she said, I did. I had some of it, but it was flat. You must have left it open or something. It's flat. I said, well, you know, use that. You know, I'm simple, right? I'm like, just use that. And I do have a baby oil situation too. So that's why I understand why Puff like to use baby oil, because you resort to what you know. You know, he's a millionaire, right? Billionaire, and he's still using baby oil. Why? Because that's what he knows. And he just go with what he knows. And like he said, he like them glistening and all that. That's a word that we use. That's an old school word that Gen X use, you know, glistening. Oh, she just, look at the lips, she just glistening. Because he grew up in my era, and he using the same damn words. He said he just want them glistening. He might have been super rich, but he was just basic, yo. Because he liked what he liked. He liked a little bit of baby oil. You know what I'm saying? He could have had some essential oils and shit like that. He went with some baby oil. So we sitting there, and she was like, are you trying to control me? Hold on a second. Y'all can still hear me. If y'all can't hear me, y'all let me know. She was like, are you trying to control me? I said, no, I'm not trying to control you. But you're not about to go out tonight. It's late out. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You're not about to go out there and go in your car, you know what I'm saying, to go get some carbonation. You're not doing that. Look, I'm trying to control now, right? She said, and I said, you drunk anyway. So how are we going to get there? She said, well, I'm going, and ain't nothing you could do about it. Boom. Like, just push me out of the way. Yo, it felt like, I don't know, it's because she was drunk, but she had retard strength, yo. I don't know, it's like retard strength she had, yo. And the next thing you know, it got physical, yo. I'm telling you, it did. It got physical. So what happened was, I said, man, F that, man. Take your effing keys, right? Take your effing keys. And it got quiet. Next thing you know, she got behind me. She got behind me and put me in a full Nelson. She put me in a full fucking Nelson like this. She put me in my hand. My arms is like this. She put me in a full Nelson and we fell. And still had me in a full Nelson on the ground. Had me in a full fucking Nelson. I said, what are you doing? Get off of me. Get off of me. I could not get this girl off me because I was super drunk. And she's not a petite woman, but she not big either. But her legs is very powerful. And she had me in a full Nelson. My face is in the ground. In the ground. Because I used to teach her like grappling stuff, like self-defense. And she used it on me, yo. Because she had me in a full Nelson, right? And she took her leg and tripped my front leg and we went down. And the only thing, She went out the full Nelson for a minute, so I was able to brace before I fell. And I would have broke my damn face. I would have broke my damn face. And she rolled me over and put her leg on my stomach, like, and put me back in the full. Now I think she might have me in a sleeper hole, because I think I was going to sleep. She had me in a crossface. She had me in a crossface sleeper hole like this. She had me in a crossface sleeper hole, right? Like she Baron von Rusky. She had me in a crossface chicken wing or something. I don't know what she did, yo, but I was going to sleep. I was going to sleep. I was going to sleep. So then she said, "Oh, you okay?" So we got up. So next thing you know, I'm not proud of it, man. Like, I got up. I was like, "What the fuck? What are you doing?" I freaking tackled her, yo. So like I'm playing football. I got in the 3 technique. I got in the 3 technique and tackled her. And we both went on the couch. I got down in the 3 technique like a Warren Sapp, yo. I got in the 3. I said, this girl crazy. And then I got in the 3 technique. I got in the 3 technique and tackled her, yo. And then she said, we started laughing. She said, what the fuck? She said, we that drunk? She said, come on, go with me. I said, all right, I'll go with you, right? I said, fuck it, I'm gonna go with you. Let's go to the store. I'm all out of breath and shit. Next thing you know, we get to the car. It's cops everywhere. Because they had pulled somebody. They were doing like traffic checks out there. It was cops everywhere, yo. She was like, and the cop was like, well, y'all smell like alcohol. Y'all ain't going in your car, are you? She was like, no, I'm just going. She think quick. She was like, no. Watch it. The security about to beef with me. I already know. He already about to beef with me. Let me see. Maybe not. So, because I'm here double park. But ain't nobody, I'm not holding nobody up. If I did, I'll just move. But she was like, no, I'm just getting my stuff out of the car. He just walking me to the car. He said, okay, I know y'all weren't about to drive because y'all drunk. And we went back in the house. We were laughing, yo. We wound up ordering something to eat late night too. So I can get it how somebody could trigger you, because I got triggered, man. I got down in the 3 technique because she was swinging. She was swinging. She was coming back after me. I mean, she almost choked me out, had me in a goddamn crossface chicken wing, yo. First of all, she had me in the full Nelson. And then next thing you know, I got down in the 3 technique. I did. I got down. To this day, we laugh at. She said, what the fuck are you, Warren Sapp? I tackled her to the damn couch, yo. I said, please stop. Because you gonna kill me. I said, you gonna kill me. You gonna kill me. Because when I tackled her on the couch, she put me in a chokehold like this, and she was going up. So now she got me in a chokehold. I said, girl, will you please stop? Damn. I said, what in the world? She said, well, you taught me that stuff. I said, it's working. I said, it's working because you almost choked my ass out. So what I'm saying is, we got triggered. We never had violence though. That was just that night. One time, we were joking about something, and she was laughing. She said, "Oh, you're so funny." Boom. Just saying I'm funny, and she hit me in the bread basket. And bro, I got weak in the knees like SWV. I got weak in the knees, and my knees buckled. My knees buckled. I said, this girl got some power, yo. Because women got powerful core, and their legs is powerful. That's where the power coming in. When you knock somebody out, that's where the power is coming from. It's coming from below. That's where your power is coming from. And that's how she hit me. She hit me with her core, like coming up. Like, it's like a jerk reaction. But I got, like I said, but that was just one time. But if you get like that all the time, you got to sit up there and fight and stuff like that, and you feel triggered to put hands on her, you're already out of pocket. Oh, here she go. You already, let me see, do we got the yeah. You already, hey, how's it going? Let me see. Let me see where we going. What is going on? Let me see. Yeah. What you up to? Okay, here we go. I mean, we getting there earlier. It's earlier. We getting it earlier and earlier, man.
Well, she's not going on till like 9:30.
They said 9:30 today.
So it's already gonna be a line when we get there. So I'm good. We're not gonna get into the main court.
It is gonna be a line when we get there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we head into the Diddy trial. I'm gonna eventually have to get off. I may come back when I get in front of the court building, because my phone be acting up when I'm live.
So another story broke yesterday or something.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, let me look it up.
With Diddy?
I think so. Yeah. Maybe another accuser. Some of these, they keep saying breaking news, but some of these lawsuits have been filed like for a minute.
Oh, it's another civil case?
I think so.
Golly.
He got so many.
Well, they really taking it to him with these civil cases.
I don't think it's not gonna.
Well, if he beat this case, those civil cases going away.
But Max, do you think he gonna beat it?
I said today that he's behind because with the Kid Cudi situation.
And the prosecutors did better yesterday. The first day she wasn't as good. Remember, she was going.
It wasn't Comey, as I forgot. It was the other lady.
Yeah.
She was cooking. It was a slow roast. But we're gonna see what Mark Agnifilio do today. He's the one cross-examining her.
No way.
Yeah, he stood up yesterday.
No.
He stood up yesterday. I hope he not.
Oh well, Diddy, then you are.
Well,
toast.
we don't know. Maybe he might do a good job. But you think he's gonna badger her? He gonna get to it?
He has to.
He do have to.
This has nothing to do with her pregnancy. I mean, I've been pregnant. You go to work. That's your job. Nobody makes concessions for you because you're pregnant. If you in the office, you gotta work.
All
she
right.
understands. They gotta. This is his life for.
I know it's his life.
So
I know.
they gotta.
I just said it. I'm in agreement, but.
I mean, okay, I worked in a law firm. If I were an attorney, I'm sorry, you're pregnant. We get that. You are on this stand.
Yeah, but she's very pregnant. She's getting ready to do. She about to drop though.
But so what? As an attorney, what are we supposed to do? Handle her with kid gloves? No.
Yeah.
This is a legal proceeding. They don't.
But all right, I'm gonna say this.
Mm-hmm.
She is calm as fuck.
No, she is. She's doing good.
She is calm as fuck, yo. She's super calm. You see how? May I take a break?
Yes.
And she's like really, and she's very straightforward.
But did you
She's
see,
very forthcoming.
Did you see when she was moving that? I looked. I said, no, she's not that calm. Where she just
moving the microphone.
Just very daintily.
No, because of her stomach. She don't want to. She want to move it up so she won't have to keep bending down because of her stomach. And then she placed her hands like on her. Oh my God.
Yeah. But his team cannot let up on her because she's pregnant, because this is the rest of his life.
I know. I mean, I get it. I get it's the rest of his life.
Yeah.
And
now some people might.
How would they get around that Kid Cudi situation?
How can they?
See, you just said, well, so he going to jail for something then?
I think so.
That's not good. That's not good, because do anybody know how many years that is? I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
Do you want me to look at?
Because that's a part. Well, that's a part of the conspiracy, right? The racketeering. That was lumped into the racketeering situation, right?
I don't know how they broke down all the charges, but excuse me. Let's see.
They laughing because I said I had a situation with my ex one time. She put me in a full Nelson.
Okay.
We were drunk. Because I was talking crap, right? And I turned my back on her, and she was mad. She just got mad quiet, and the next thing you know, I just felt my arms was like dangling. She had me in a full Nelson. It was crazy, and then tripped me too. And we went right to the ground.
Did she used to do wrestling or something?
No, I taught her how to do it.
Oh, excuse me. So she used it on you?
Yeah, but we were drunk, and then we started laughing. Then we went to the car. It was police everywhere because they were stopping people. We were going to get in the car to drive, as drunk as we were.
Oh no.
But yeah. So like I said, I get that it's his. I get that it's his life. You know what I'm saying? So well, look for Mr. Agnifilio to go hard then, man.
He's got to go hard.
All right.
Mean, because I know. Here's the thing, even if he goes hard and people say, oh, he was too hard, he made her cry, then he did his job. It's not his job to coddle a pregnant one. I'm sorry. People don't look at law the right way sometimes. I feel like it's not. This is the court of law. We're talking about somebody going up
Right, his life.
His life,
Right.
and you're pregnant. You know, hopefully this is a great pregnancy and everything works out. But at this current moment in time, you are on the witness stand, and we can't treat you any different, because if they don't go hard on her or do what they're supposed to do, which is their job, period, go hard, go light, whatever, then he gets to appeal, right? They can find technicalities. I mean, you got to do everything you're supposed to do. Dot your I's and cross your T's.
Yeah.
So I felt bad for her, but I also understand that the defense team has a job to do. They just do.
Yeah.
And if they do anything less than that with the amount of money he's paying, I would be trying to get malpractice. He got enough on his plate anyway. But I'm just saying, it's all bad.
Yeah, I get it.
It's all bad.
No, I do get that. He got to go hard.
Yeah.
He looked like he gonna go hard.
Okay, so the day when he was talking about the jurors, he just was not giving a presence to me. Like, even your voice, he don't even have the right voice. You know what I'm saying? He needs to command the audience, and that's not what he's doing.
But Brian Steele is like that.
Yeah, Brian is charismatic.
Brian is really good. Brian Steele, guys, he's really good, man.
And sarcastic a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, he's very good. he even got people laughing.
Yeah.
He said, so wait a minute. So, did you grab him by the chest or not?
Right.
And the guy was like, yeah, I did.
Let's go back to your notes. Do you recall? I know I did. And how do they deny saying something? I don't recall saying that. So now the agents, the federal agents were lying on you when they took your testimony?
I don't recall.
Right.
Yeah, that's just a way to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recall. Just like Lil Woody. Lil Woody didn't recall nothing.
Yeah, this is... Okay, so I looked up the arson charges in New York, because Diddy happened in New York, right?
Yeah.
I believe so. It's arson charges are classified as... Huh?
It's a federal situation. I don't know if Kid Cudi car was in New York. Was it? Might have been in L.A.
Probably, where most states is going to be the same. Blowing up a car is going to probably be a felony.
Firebombing. Well, they firebombed it.
Okay.
They probably hit him with a Molotov cocktail.
Well, it says in New York, arson charges are classified by degree.
You have to look on a federal level.
Well, it says it's a felony.
Okay.
It's a felony. It can range from a misdemeanor to a felony.
Wait, are you looking on a state level or federal level?
Well, I'm just looking at degrees of arson in New York. Arson in the first degree, they have a class A1 felony. They just have them listed. Arson in the second degree.
Not that many years, right?
No, it is a lot of years. It says it can go, they're giving like an A1 15 to 25 years.
So the judge, I guess on there's sentencing guidelines for the judge, right? So there's minimum and maximums. I don't know if he's gonna run it concurrent or consecutive. Let's say if he get found guilty on everything, is he gonna do it concurrent or consecutive? I don't know.
I see what you're saying.
Because he has discretion. Because if he gets found guilty, they have to have a hearing to argue. Both sides will argue mitigating circumstances on why. You know that. Argue mitigating circumstances on why he should get less or more time. He has never been convicted of anything. So he got that working for him. But anyway, it's still, to be honest, I'll say this. I'll concede to this. It's still early.
Excuse me, Max. I don't know why I keep...
Oh, you want the window down?
I think I'm fine. I don't know. It's just...
You need some air.
Probably sitting out.
And then we're around a lot of people,
Yeah.
People being there coughing.
I know. I start feeling like I was getting like a chest cold or something.
And then also the air quality around here is not good.
Really? I know. It seems like, because since I've been here, I didn't know if it was allergies or what's happening.
I feel it because I'm used to being in the country.
Yeah.
The air quality is much different down there.
You guys got all those trees and stuff.
Yeah. It's a lot different. But you know the city is the city.
Your Molotov cocktail attack. Oh wait. Yes, they said set fire to an individual's car using a Molotov cocktail. Is that blowing up? Is that considered blowing up?
His car caught fire, and maybe it blew up a little bit, but his car was like destroyed, and his people were there to witness it. He said he wanted to make sure his people was there to witness it.
Wow.
And it was, you remember, it was in a text message.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. It was in a text message.
Well, I mean, and there were witnesses.
And then you remember, he had a meeting with Kid Cudi.
Yeah. Excuse me.
He had a meeting with her, Kid Cudi, and him. And then Kid Cudi said, "Well, what about my car?" He said, "What car?" And then walked out, like he John Gotti or something.
He was for a minute.
Maybe he thought he was the underboss or something. I don't know.
Whoa.
Maybe he thought he was an underboss or something.
What's an underboss?
I mean, not an underboss, the boss.
Remember they say he felt like he was a king.
Yeah, I mean, he all that kind of money, he could say he a king. But you gotta bring. He didn't have nobody to bring him back to earth. He needed a wife.
That's what everybody.
He needed
was
a
saying.
wife. He needed a wife to hold him down.
That's what everybody was saying, and they said like the same thing of Shannon Sharp.
He should have married Kim.
Shannon Sharp is the same way. Sometimes women can be anchors. Men might do a little bit, but sometimes if you don't have like, I know some men feel like women kind of is like a chain, a ball and chain, but
you need that.
You don't go so far. This is ridiculous.
A lot of billionaires around the world right now, they got wives.
Yeah.
A lot of billionaires do.
And a lot of companies and corporations, they prefer for the CEOs and the VPs to be married. Yeah. Because they know, you're not going to.
Yeah, he needed a wife. And I heard towards the end, like before all this, he wanted to settle down.
Well, why did he settle with Cassie?
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
But he could have did with Young Miami.
Remember, he's still a young man. He just wasn't ready.
What about with Young Miami?
Nah.
Why not her?
He wasn't. I don't think he was ready.
This is in the last 4 or 5 years.
Because he said he liked what Jay and them had, and he wanted that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Him and Cassie, they had been broke up.
Cassie wasn't strong enough for him though. Cassie's not.
You know what? Because what's her name said he didn't hit her. What's her name? Keisha Cole.
Yeah.
He said he didn't never hit her. Maybe they need her to testify.
Yeah, Keisha was like, "Oh, Diddy has never been out of line with me."
No. Or J-Lo.
Oh no, didn't Gene Deal say he snatched her up one time?
Yeah, but
he didn't. Not like this. Yeah,
not like this.
J-Lo was too big. She had brothers too, right?
Well, I guess because who she is, he wasn't gonna do that.
Yeah, that's a.
And you're not gonna do that if But with that kind of money he has, he's a very dangerous person. Most billionaires are very dangerous people.
Oh, why you say that?
Because they have access to get you missing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he would do that. I'm not saying Diddy would do that, but he had some finances. He had Revolt. He had a lot of things he had going on. The liquor company. He had the spirits. He had that going on. He had things. He had a lot going on, right? So you're not just gonna buffalo Diddy around. You know what I'm saying? Sure. He's a very serious person. So I don't know. And he had a lot going on. And he's not a punk either. He don't strike me as a punk either. You know what I'm saying? He the way he handles himself. But I think it was just a situation where it was just toxic as fuck. He had a very toxic situation.
But Max, if you look at this indictment, they're talking about the grand jury charges.
Oh, I know why you coughing.
Why?
That air freshener. That's why you coughing.
Oh,
air
is that
freshener.
a new one?
Yeah, it's a new one.
Okay. Based on the first count of the racketeering, and they talk about the first count, they talk about years of abuse. They're proving that though. They admitted it. The defense admitted it. How is that gonna go away? If we just even go by, if they got these counts and they're alleging these things, and as we hear testimony, how can he refute this?
We're gonna see what his lawyer do today. Like,
excuse me.
I don't know, unless he gonna try to make it like she was with it. But how are we gonna?
But they
prove
said
it?
years of physical abuse towards women, not just Cassie.
I know. Because there's other people got to testify.
Yeah.
Not just Cassie.
Yeah.
He has an uphill battle to fight.
That's what I think.
I think what they're hoping for is one person for a hung jury. They're hoping for a hung jury. If they can get an acquittal, of course they'll take it.
You're right. That's what. Yeah.
But they're hoping for a hung jury.
Yeah. One of the analysts, one of the attorneys.
So they can negotiate his deal better.
Yeah. They said Diddy is just thinking based on how he thinks. Diddy is looking for one person, one or two people.
He might have connected with somebody.
He might have paid somebody out, right?
I don't know. Somebody may have slipped through the cracks.
Is there a way for them to find out who the jurors are?
Yeah, they can research it. But if you're not going to know. It could be 6 degrees of separation. What happens if I'm on the jury and my boy worked for him and my boy cool with him? And that's my boy. Because we move like that. Like
jury tampering, it happens all the time.
We move like that. Like, okay, you cool with him? He hooked you up. He never did nothing to you. He'd be like, yo, I need you to look after him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We close like that.
Yeah.
But I personally, as a juror, I will listen to the case.
Yeah.
You got to prove everything to me.
I'm the same way too.
You got to prove everything to me.
Because you're taking away somebody's life. Period.
Yeah.
You're impacting their families. So we got to make sure we do this right. And I'm also going to put the race card in there because they do it to black men too many times. They've been railroaded.
Well, his lawyers already threw the race card in because of the Jack Johnson situation.
Yeah.
He said essentially what they're doing is they're weaponizing his sexuality. That's what they said.
But I don't believe that though.
That they're weaponizing his sexuality.
Yeah, no, because you've been abusive.
Okay, so did they prove the coercion?
Taking things from her.
Yeah, when she was out of pocket, it was like a pimp. You're right. It was like a pimp for the whole relationship.
Yeah.
Because like if she got out of pocket, if he thinks she's out of pocket, he will punish her by taking her phone away. That's like he's a father.
A father of him. I mean,
it's like it's just our father or something.
She was a sex worker without the.
She was a sex worker.
The lifestyle.
Yeah, she was a sex worker, man.
She was pretty much.
Because look, if she get out of pocket, let me take your car away from you. Because he bought her apartment, everything. He took care of her.
I watched a little bit of Tisa for a minute. She said the same thing. She said it's almost like she was a
it's like a sex worker. Yeah.
She didn't. I don't even know if Diddy loved her.
Remember she used to say she loved him in the text messages?
And he didn't.
He only replied, say, I love you once. I never hear him say he love her like back all the time.
Yeah.
And then they also live separately.
Right.
Pimps and hoes usually live separately.
Yeah.
I think she was just like his plaything, man.
For 10 years.
But he didn't want to let her go because she is beautiful. And he didn't want nobody else to have her. So he being a sucker too.
Yeah.
Both of them are crazy. Both of them.
Yeah. It's a toxic.
Yeah, both of them was toxic.
It's kind of like Krishan and Blueface to some degree.
But I get, she might have to be in therapy the whole rest of her life.
Absolutely.
For the rest of her life.
Yeah. And the drug abuse.
Because she had to learn how to love me. She met him when she was young.
Yeah. And
got into this type of shit. So now she got a husband. She had to learn how to love make all over. She had to learn it.
Yeah.
She never really learned it.
So when she talks about
intimacy,
yeah,
she never learned that.
And we remember when she talked about the PTSD.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are times where she recoils, like she don't even probably want this guy to touch her. You know what you seen those movies where those women have been in so abused. If the person tries to touch him, they be all, weirded out.
Yeah.
So it's a lot, and I feel sorry for the children because, I don't care who you are. If you have come up in a dysfunctional, toxic environment, your kids.
Yeah. Here's my thing. We all make mistakes in life, right?
Yeah.
And you learn from your mistakes. So I'm not holding her to because she named all those men.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of men she named. I'm not holding her to that because that was her past.
Yeah.
And that doesn't define her now. I don't judge her on that. Actually, I don't. I don't judge her on that because that was her past and she learned from it.
Yeah.
So that's not who she is now.
I think
she's
sad.
A mother.
Yeah.
She's somebody's mother, man.
I think it's not judgment.
She's somebody's mama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what she is to me now. She's somebody's mother.
I just feel like it's gonna be for the rest of her life. It's gonna be she got to deal with this mentally, emotionally. Like she said, the drugs, the trauma.
Yeah.
She
was addicted to the drugs.
Yeah, but
But she probably looked like she might have a supportive husband.
Oh, now did you hear about the CTE? The things that they said that now this is not
she
something
could have CTE.
Yeah, they said something not in the court. They didn't say it in the court, but people. So I think one of the bloggers was saying they had mentioned it. I don't know where that came from, but that's a possibility too, right?
And she been hit upside the head a lot. Yeah, it could affect her.
Oh, because the one lady was saying, do you notice how she forgets her thoughts sometimes?
Yeah.
And she'll say, can you repeat that?
Yeah.
Man, and then when she showed the bruises on her body.
Yeah.
That was sad to me too because she was thin.
Yep.
Man, you beating up on this thin, frail. And then the one guy said, because I don't know how big Cassie is.
She's tiny.
They say, on TV they look tall.
You see how big her stomach is because she's tiny.
Yeah.
That's why her stomach looked really, really big.
That guy, I think it was the first guy, Daniel.
Yeah.
And he said she was tiny in comparison to him.
Yeah.
How dare you abuse her like that? Why?
Yeah, she could. She could have some effects over it. I don't know what her medical situation is, but she could be suffering from that.
From the beatings.
The beatings, yeah.
Yeah, it's trauma.
Yeah. She had to go to trauma. She had to go to trauma therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she went through a lot of trauma.
Because remember when she said PTSD and they wanted her to strike it? Because they don't want that in there, that this man has really given her PTSD. Like,
she has it.
What they have in the military.
I'm sure she has it.
I'm sure she does too.
And I'm sure, because you remember when she said that she wanted to walk out in traffic?
Yeah.
And she told him, you could do this without me? Oh my God, yo. Did you see? I know the jury felt that.
But why walk in the traffic though? I was like, what?
Because she didn't want to live no more.
I know, but I'm just saying there's other way. Like that just was even bad. That she's just that much. You just want to walk out and get hit by her.
I want to tell her, man, like everybody got a pass, but you're not like that now. Everybody can redefine themselves overnight.
Absolutely.
Overnight.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we don't walk in her shoes, so we don't. You know what I'm saying? It's easier said than done. It's easier said than done.
But as a woman, just the way our society is, you don't want people knowing your history like that. You know you don't.
He said Jared said Diddy is not coming home.
I don't think so either. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, we like, yeah, bro. It's kind of like, I was saying to somebody, I said, yo, bro, did you watch it? He's like, yeah, man. He said the Kid Cudi thing, right? I said, yeah. I have a lawyer, attorney friend. I known him since kindergarten. And he was like, bro, he said the text messages, man. He said it's just a matter, he said, basically what he said was, he needs one juror.
That's it?
Yeah, to make it
But then, so to be a hung jury,
yeah.
But does that mean he can't just walk?
He said no, he still stay in jail because they got to retry him again. But he said at that point he would try to negotiate him a better deal.
A better plea deal.
Yeah, he was like, listen, well, you guys got a hung jury, so it's something in your evidence that's not working. So, do you want to try this again? We work for a better deal.
Dang, I know he don't want to sit through this again.
He have to if it's a hung jury.
Oh my God.
And if it's a hung jury, they're gonna try him again, or maybe negotiate a better deal for him. I don't think the deal they had was good for him, even though they didn't disclose the amount of time that they offered him. They didn't disclose it, but I think it was too much time that he wasn't willing to do.
Because I don't see how he could have turned down 5 years.
Yeah, I
Are
don't
you
think it was 5
crazy?
years.
Do you know what you're facing? Are you kidding
Well, I
me?
would have took that 5 years and ran with
But
it.
look, he might have looked at ASAP Rocky and thought the same thing could happen to him. But
Yeah.
I mean, ASAP's situation was way different.
Yeah, it's way different.
But you know, Diddy might be an egomaniac. He think he could get off.
She said she loved him and consented.
Yeah.
Now, she ain't consent to ass whoopings. Nah, she ain't consent to that.
No, she didn't. She said, yeah, no.
Nah, she ain't consent to that. She ain't consent to the ass whooping.
And I don't think can you consent to a physical abuse? Not literally, because the state could come in and charge you anyway. You can't consent to crimes, right?
You can't consent to an ass whooping.
No. Because that's even like if a parent beats their kid, you can still be putting, CPS could be. What the? He just went down the.
Yeah, that's how it is, man. People super aggressive out here. It's people. We got a lot of people who moving to Virginia too from New York, and they drive just like that out there. That's how I know they from out there. Yeah, she ain't consent to a butt kicking, and she said that if he ever leave her, remember she wrote that letter to her mother, saying that he gonna kill her, and that's probably what saved her. If he was gonna do it, she lucky to be alive, for sure.
She is.
For sure.
She is. So I'm reading what happens if it's a mistrial. The prosecution team.
If it's a mistrial,
the various things that they could do. They could retry it.
they gonna retry it.
It says, or
They not trying to let him
they
go.
could offer a plea deal, or
Yeah.
they could dismiss it. I was just wondering if that was an option, and it is.
Yeah, it is an option for them not to do it again, but they can't let this go. This is a big case. They gonna at least try it again, or try to work out another deal, or his lawyers could work out a sweet deal, or try to get something better for him. Like, look, let's take. What is a good deal? I don't know for him. It just depends on what he think a good deal is.
That's the only thing he's either going away or it has to be a hung jury. Because other than that, no.
Yeah.
They're not going to find him not guilty.
But here's my prediction though. They're gonna have a verdict. They're gonna reach a verdict. It's gonna be quick too.
And I think it's going to be guilty. I think it's going to be guilty.
Yeah, they're gonna reach a verdict. If they reach a verdict, he's screwed. And check this out. It's gonna be a quick verdict. It ain't gonna take a day. It ain't gonna take no more than 2 days. Watch. Remember I said it. They're gonna reach a quick verdict in this case, and it's not gonna be more than 2 days. That's what I think. And yeah, we gonna say it. Ladies and gentlemen, the jury has reached a verdict, and we sitting in the lunchroom. We gotta quick everybody go back down. Because, people be camped out, outside or...
Yeah, they already there talking about Diddy, Brian Steele, infamous Sylvia is live now. They out front.
Yeah,
I don't
man.
see a long line, though.
No, there ain't no long line. But because everybody inside.
Everybody already filming.
Well, everybody... Oh, yeah, they are. They trying to get...
Tissa's
out there now.
And
Tissa's out there now, yeah. I'm going to tell you something. It's going to be a situation where... Yeah, is it back? I think it's back.
I'm trying to see if I can. It'll stop coming on for me.
Oh, shoot, can I get it? Yeah.
Okay. This is nice.
Yeah, Jersey City is nice. I like what they did with Jersey City.
And these are the high rises.
Yeah. Used to be bad back in the day.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't good around here. It's not the same. It was all gentrified. Yep. It's all gentrified.
What I noticed is you guys have a lot of buildings with like a lobby
Yeah.
before you go in,
Yeah.
versus our apartments are different. Okay, I can see it now.
Somebody said Diddy gets life. Yeah. Can everyone get in the overflow? Southern Breeze. They have a lot of overflow rooms. Yesterday, right? They made another overflow room for us. And when we went in there, it was like nice and peaceful. It was nobody in there. It was only a few people. I was sitting up in the front, relaxed, and hear everybody come. It was more people coming. I was like, man.
I like the one we were in yesterday.
It was nice and peaceful. I don't really care about being in the room with Diddy.
Yeah, because you can't really see his face. We see more on the
you can see his face in there. Well, if you in the room with him.
They said you could only see the back of his head.
Yeah, but he turns around a lot.
Did you see he did this? Did the heart? So who did he do that to?
His family.
Because they tried to make it seem like somebody reposted it and said, while Cassie was testifying, he threw the heart sign up. I said no.
He did it. He did it to his family.
I said no. That's a lie.
Yeah, he was like this.
Mm-hmm.
He did it. So he do that all the time when he see his family.
I was telling my daughter because she was showing me, her friends were saying, oh, he when Cassie, because that's what they're telling people.
So let me ask y'all this: what are we gonna do with Diddy, man? Did he just get out of control, and they were just toxic? Like, what are we gonna do with him? Do you want him to go away for the rest of his life? I mean, we'll see what she say today, because you know what they said. She's willing to answer any question. She's not gonna say I don't recall. If she did something, she's gonna say it.
Yeah, she's been pretty honest.
Yeah, she's been really honest, guys. She's been really straightforward.
Yeah.
Yes, I was violent.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, I was shocked about that.
Yeah, she said, yes, I've been violent. I hit him. But she said, but it made it a little difficult. She said,
yeah.
She said it made it a little difficult because he gets angry.
Yeah.
And he's like this. Like looking at her like, girl, I know you ain't up here.
That's what I was saying. I said no, he couldn't have thrown hearts at her because that would be harassment.
No, he didn't do that.
They would not allow him to do that. No. Then that would be continued abuse.
He threw it at his family.
Yeah.
His daughters wasn't there yesterday.
No, they weren't.
But his sons were there.
Yeah.
So he did it to his sons. And his
mother.
His mom. His
mother.
And
another granny is there too.
I'm going to tell you this. His mother seemed very nice. She smiled at me.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Where did
I
you
got a smile at Mama Combs. Oh, yes, I did.
Where?
I told you I can pull people, old mothers now.
Where was she?
I told you old women like me, yo.
Where did you see her?
When she was getting worn down, she kept staring at me. And I stared back. And we was like, smile. We had a moment, yo. Oh, yes.
Oh.
I told you, look, Diddy, you need a stepfather. Look, I got an old soul for some reason. I don't know. They think I'm an old man, yo. I got old man vibes. I do.
You younger than Diddy, though, so you going to be the young stepfather?
It don't matter. I got old man vibes. It don't matter if I'm younger than him. It just, people already say I look like Red Fox. They do. They say I look like Red Fox,
okay.
man.
Oh, wow, okay.
All right? So I got the old man vibes. And I'm telling you, hide your mothers from me.
Oh.
Hide your grandma. I had your grannies. Because them grannies love me, man. Do you see the lady in the wheelchair?
She was saying he's a keeper. Is that your husband?
Ho. She might be listening. Yeah, my bad. When remember we was in Jersey City? That lady in the Jersey City at the Newport Mall? Yeah, her. Hide your grannies, yo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hide your grannies from me, man. Yeah, when she saw me. So did.
I was wondering how I got to
and
that
then what's her name was like this, like what's going on, like whatever.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. She looks good for her age, though.
It's got to be hard on her too, though.
Yeah, she was crying.
Yeah.
She looks good for her age. But you got to understand. Imagine your son going through that.
Man, I would be devastated.
And she got to be right there, yo.
And she's in her 70s, right?
I'm gonna tell you something for Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that support him, his friends and stuff, Stevie J, those are his friends. Stevie J is a friend to him.
But the women are even still there. The mother of his children.
That's his family.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
that's
wow.
but that's his base.
Yeah.
That's his friends right there. That's his friends. Was Misa there?
Mm-hmm.
Is she okay?
What do you mean?
Is she in a walker?
Yeah.
What she had? Surgery?
I don't know. Something looked like her legs or something.
Yeah. For her to be there, that's his family.
Yeah.
That's really his family. He know now. He know who his supporters are. He damn sure knows.
And you know, because they know their inner circle, they might feel like Cassie's wrong. But they know the truth too. They've been there.
She know them, I'm sure.
She was with his kids for all those years. You know.
Yeah.
She's been around them. And remember, like he said, you got to leave because my son can't see you like this.
Right.
So she's been with those kids since they were small.
They were just, they just got out of control with it. They were toxic. And then drugs. They both was on drugs. Drugs will do it.
Yeah, drugs. Look at Amy Winehouse, how she ended up.
Yeah. Drugs and alcohol and partying all the time, and it's toxic.
And the IVs. I mean, that's
they took
just a
IVs.
lot. She said they took opiates to come down off of the other high.
Other
I
stuff,
was like,
yeah.
what?
Yeah. Which is what people do. Yes. So it was just a toxic situation, man. That's the only thing I can say. They were toxic as fuck. That's what I can say. They toxic.
But he was the leader. They're gonna say he was the ringleader. He provided the drugs. He kind of. They're gonna say he groomed her. They're already saying he groomed her.
We ran into the family yesterday without me knowing. Well, you were standing outside, right? You was waiting for me.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the van pulled up?
Mm-hmm.
I'm right in front of the van as it's pulling up.
Oh,
Yeah.
and they had jumped out?
Yeah, I was talking to the police officer out there, and he told me that Weinstein is across the street. That's how I found out that Weinstein trial is going on across the street. I wonder if there's a lot of people in his trial.
I don't know.
I would go in there and see. But
I need to look and see how popular it is online.
because they won't take your phones. The cop said that. He said you can bring your phones in there. They won't check your phones in this estate situation. They operate a little differently. But yeah, him and he loved them damn freak offs, man.
When did he work?
I don't know.
He did more freak
He
offs
worked,
than
but
anything.
but they had a freak off like once a week. So he waited to the weekend or something. He looked forward to them freak offs.
That's all.
He looked forward to them freak. That was his thing, the freak offs.
And the only way that she felt she could get his attention was to be down with it.
And that was their little secret,
Mm-hmm.
They had the freak offs. And
But look, remember in the beginning how he used to wear a little mask and sunglasses?
but then when he got comfortable with people,
Yeah.
they had repeat people.
You know what I think? I think he just got to the point where he just didn't even care.
And you remember when they said when a dude couldn't get erect, he used to coach him, like give him pep talks. Like
you
what?
Could do it, yeah.
Oh my God, man!
Yeah.
I know his family. Like at the end of the day, like okay, that was dad business. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Dad's a freak. Like what we gonna do?
No, that's
Like what we gonna do?
that.
Like I would have to compartmentalize it. Like look, dad was just a freak, man. What we gonna do, man? He doing the most.
Your kids don't. Well, maybe I don't know.
Dad, old ass freak.
I
man.
feel like your kids don't kind of want to see that about. But he ain't just a freak. He beyond freak though.
No, but they have to be there to support him. Trust me, if it wasn't for his family, he'll lose it. His family has to be there to support him. They have to.
When you say if it wasn't for his family, he would lose it. What you
Yeah.
mean? Like how? What you mean?
If they weren't there, because he looked for him. He always turn around
But
and
if
look for
they,
him.
what you think would happen if they weren't? He would just break.
He would break, yeah. If he didn't have his mother and his kids, he'll break.
I would be embarrassed.
They're the ones holding him together now, his kids.
I would be embarrassed if my family had to listen that I did all this stuff. I'm sorry.
But you know what? They
I
probably say, you know what? Okay, he's in a situation, but that's still our father, you know.
Well,
what I mean?
yeah, of course they're gonna support him, but
Because they well taken care of.
the kids.
Yeah, them kids well taken
Look,
care of,
people
man.
talk about they gonna blow through all his money. No. Some of that money is offshore and
No,
all.
I
that
bet
stuff.
you he taught them already.
You know he
Especially
got
the
it.
girls, yeah, and the boy. They taught them what to do.
And they probably got money in different places, you know,
Yeah, he taught them what to do.
and hidden away in offshore accounts and all
You
kind
know
of
what
stuff.
I do like though? You know, even Justin brother from his mother and them, they all act like they're brothers and sisters.
Quincy's and stuff.
Yeah, you know, Justin mother, she had other kids too,
Okay.
but they all act like they're all brother and sister. They all close.
I saw different people because one guy when because he came in right before you were right next to him. You guys were checking in at the same time because we could look through the window, and somebody was saying it was his cousin, and then another person was saying that little guy who's always with him and is his personal assistant.
Yeah, yeah. The guy that was checking in with me, he was laughing because he was like, "What's in your bag, man?" Like my bag kept going off.
Oh.
And I had the damn. He said, "Do you?" Oh no, she said, "Do you have anything in your pocket?" I said, "Gum." I said, "Gum." It sounded like I said gun.
Oh.
She said, "Boy, I was getting ready to pull my gun out on you." I said, "I would have had a lawsuit. If I had lived, I would have sued your ass."
You said that?
I said that.
Oh.
I said you would have got sued. I said for sure.
Which one, the black lady?
Yeah. I said you can threat. I said you could threaten my gun. I said gum.
Right.
But she said because she was like, what? She was like, what? I said
What?
gum. Yeah. That's why he was laughing.
That black lady,
Yeah.
she's very, she dang near dumped everything out of my purse. The men never did that. She was like, what you have in here?
No, she wasn't checking my bag. They were checking my bag because it kept going off because I had the gimbal in it. I took that gimbal out. I leave it in here. I'm not even using it. But it kept going off. And she said, what do you got in your pocket? I said gum. But it sounded like I said a gun. That's what she said.
Yeah, she's
She said I was getting ready to take my firearm out. I said you would have got sued. If I had lived, you would have got sued.
For sure.
Because I ain't had nothing on me. I probably wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they should have lit me up like a Christmas tree.
You were so close. It's not like she would have.
But she was kind of joking though. She was kind of joking. Cause what's the odds of me saying I got a gun? You know?
Is this New York right there?
Yeah.
Wow, we got
You can't bring a on federal property. You can't bring firearms on federal. It's a felony.
Yeah.
Yep. You can't even bring them in the post office.
We can't carry them in California.
Yeah.
Okay, Harvey Weinstein, right?
Yeah.
Let me see what they're saying.
I don't know, man. I think today she's gonna go all day today. They said possibly till Monday.
What?
Yeah, because they're gonna cross-examine her all day today.
Oh man, I
and
might
then
have to...
it's gonna lead into Friday, and then the prosecutors gotta probably ask her more questions, and then the defense might try her again. So she's gonna be there for a minute.
Oh, boy.
For sure. So
they talking about in the Weinstein case, the accuser rips the defense lawyer. So I guess they had some drama in the court.
So shout out to look, Weinstein got a new trial, y'all. He trying to get out, yo. He trying to make some moves, man. Weinstein got some good lawyers. Like straight up, he trying to get out, man.
Why you say they good?
He won a new trial.
That's true.
Yeah. They got him a new trial, yo. They trying to work with Tory Lanez now. They trying to get Tory out. Because they're saying there was new evidence showing that he didn't do it. You think he gonna get out, Tory?
No.
Yeah.
I don't.
And the dude that stabbed him, he killed a child.
What?
Yeah, so he don't get no props for that.
Why did he even... I know certain words we can't say. Why did he do that to Tory Lanez?
I'm not sure.
Oh, man.
Maybe they had words or something.
So the person who's testifying to this now, or who has the new statement, they're saying he's totally unrelated to the case, so that's why they're believing him. But you never know.
Why they believe in who?
The guy who overheard Kelsey, that's why it's coming out. He's saying that he overheard her saying it. But I don't know. That person could have been paid off.
Yeah.
You just never know who to believe these days.
Yeah, I know. But he got Jose bias. I told people he eventually gonna get out.
You think so?
Yeah, Jose is that good. That's why I'm surprised Diddy didn't get him. Because Jose said he would beat the case for him.
He said that?
Yeah, he said this is not bad. He was like, for him paying sex workers is not good enough to he said that's not enough. For paying sex workers to have sex, he said that's not good enough.
Well, what is Diddy's problem?
He'll rip that case apart. Jose would.
Let me see. Why did he not take Diddy's case?
No, he did. They didn't ask him. Maybe he don't know. But he did comment on the case. He did. He made his presence known.
Let's see what his hourly rate is.
He don't even have it on there.
Monthly retainer of $200,000.
$200,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sound about right.
And they say depending on the,
He don't take a lot of trials a year. He only take a couple, if that. He really selects his clients. He don't take a lot of business. But yeah, his price went up a long time ago.
$2,000 a month.
Shit, how much you think he paying Brian Steele?
Let me see.
Shoot, Brian Steele. Young Thug paid him upwards of $2 million.
Brian Steele.
Yeah,
Brian Steele hourly rate.
These lawyers cost, man.
Yeah, they don't list his. They did list Brian.
And there was lawyers in there where we were at in the overflow room.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you could tell they were for Diddy. You could tell they were for Diddy by the way they were reacting. They were for Diddy. So he got lawyers all over the building, man. He got lawyers all over.
Yeah, so with Brian Steele, they're saying he has gotten results, achieved not guilty verdicts in seemingly unwillable cases.
Right, unwillable cases.
Uh-huh.
So he's not done yet. He's still working. So something might happen for Diddy. We'll see.
It says Brian Steele is Georgia's most successful criminal appellate attorney with over 300 published opinions.
Him and Drew Friendling.
Let me look.
Drew Friendling.
Drew?
It's it's what's his name attorney. What's the Chicago rapper that got locked up? Lil Durk. Just type in Lil Durk's attorney.
Oh, Drew Friendling is coming up here.
Yeah. He's a hip-hop billionaire lawyer. He's very successful.
He represented Gucci Mane and
Gucci Mane, yeah. He's another good one. And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of these attorneys are connected. They all know each other. Like, Garrett goes into, they all, you know what I'm saying? It's like they at war right now, but they know everybody in the courtroom.
They're all, most times they're friends.
Mm-hmm.
They go, like I be telling people.
Or friendly colleagues.
Well, because they belong to the same, some of these guys are probably from out of state or whatever, but they all go to the social, they have social clubs that are almost attorney only, and they all have, their families all know each other. I mean, it's a fraternity. It is.
Something like that, yeah.
It is. I mean, when at the law firm,
does the judge know them?
They all are friends.
Yeah.
Say, for example, if two attorneys are opposing counsel, they will be in court, and then they come back and have lunch together, and we'd be like, damn, they don't. You are the client. They don't give a shit about you. They just want your money.
I wonder where they were yesterday.
Who?
I didn't see them in the lunchroom yesterday. Did you?
Who?
His attorneys, yeah. They probably was with Diddy.
There was a big group of them going somewhere. Not in our lunchroom, but
I didn't never see them leave really.
Yeah,
they have lunch there probably.
Yeah, they usually they provide stuff for them.
Or had somebody go
in
get
the
it for
background. And then depending on the type of case it is, it's not much you could do to them in there, but they kind of keep them away from, because people be going off.
You hear what Tenny Garrigo said yesterday?
What?
Before the everything started, she said, "I want the exhibits now."
I didn't hear her say it.
She said, "I want the exhibits now. I want them now." She said, "We don't want to sit here and not have our exhibits." She said, "We want them all so we can go through them." So I was telling them earlier, I agree with what she's saying.
You know what was a trip to me is
She went to exhibits.
this case, because I heard, like, because I used to do this, right? And so, you know, you have your end of day. Most of our pleadings had to be completed by 5 o'clock so they could get to the, well, 4:30 so they could get to the clerk's office. They said these paralegals are working up till midnight to get stuff. Did you hear
Yeah,
that?
of
I was
course.
like, this,
Of course.
I know the kind of stress and pressure it puts you under when you have a case like this. Your exhibits, if you misnumber an exhibit, if you copy and stuff and you mess up, that's how people get fired. That's how critical it is for these people to be precise. That's why that Xavier,
Yeah.
him making those statements in there, I'm like, are you, the money, you paying $200,000 a month for an attorney and you are arguing and not paying attention to the details?
Yeah.
Man, you be out. Now, there are some pictures we didn't get to see.
No, yeah. We didn't get to see the other stuff.
That's
why they had the camera where we could see the whole courtroom.
Yeah.
So that we wouldn't see the exhibits.
So I guess they...
And shout out to her from walking through traffic like that. Shout out to her. She made it through too.
They said that there was exhibits from freak offs.
Yeah.
Actual steals.
We weren't gonna. They weren't gonna let us see that.
So Batista saw it. She said Cassie was covered in baby oil.
How did she see it?
Because she was in there.
No, the audience didn't see it either.
She said she saw it, or she described it as if she saw it.
Oh, maybe she did. Maybe she had the monitor. Maybe she was sitting near the.
No, she was in the courtroom.
Oh, she saw it?
That she reported as if she did. She said it was disgusting. She said, you guys think Cassie was living this prestigious life and everything. She said, but if you saw those pictures, she said it was a still of a freak off. She was covered in baby oil. And, she said it was sheets on the floor and towels. I didn't see any of that.
Yeah.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
She said it, and Cassie just looked depleted. She said,
I thought they said only certain members of the press would see it. No, the gallery didn't see it. I don't know how she saw it. The gallery didn't see it.
But I'm telling you, they said that she got a hookup. I don't know.
Maybe she do.
Maybe they let her sit with.
That's what's up. She got a hookup. That's what's up.
Yeah. I would like to see. I want to see what they saw though. I just want to see it. I don't.
You want to see it?
I do.
I
need to see
I don't
everything.
really care.
I want to see.
But I can imagine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got a vivid imagination.
Yeah.
Okay, covered in baby oil.
Yeah.
Dripping.
But what was but see, because they're trying to act as if she liked it, so I want to see her expressions.
She said she used to take certain drugs so she can disassociate.
Right.
That was key that she said that. She had to disassociate. Act, and she's there but not there.
But one of the problems is going to be if he has text messages with her saying, I want to have a F off, that's not going to be, not to me, not that it's not, he's still not going to get some charges or whatever.
Well, there was a text message. She said, I want to fuck.
Yeah, but like you clarified for me, that didn't mean she wanted a freak off. Though.
No, she wanted to fuck him.
Yeah.
Trying to be next to him.
Right.
See, I don't understand nothing like that because I'm not trying to gain nobody's approval like that.
Yeah, but she loved him.
Yeah,
she loved him.
Yeah, and you know how I really am. Like, I don't care about these celebrities.
Yeah.
They be standing right in front of me. I'm like, all right, whatever, man. Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, I know they just and you were right. They expect you to know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who these people are. I don't. Now, I saw Gloria Allred. I know who she is, and Lisa Bloom, and that's it. That's the only people I recognize. I don't know nobody. I know Brian Steele and Tenny Garagos. I know them.
There's this.
Yo, she tall too.
Who?
Tenny Garagos.
Really?
Yeah, she tall.
I thought she looked petite.
No, she tall.
Cause I saw her walking in the hall one day, and
Tisa is tall.
Yeah.
Or is she wearing heels?
She has heels. She's tall and wearing heels.
Tall and wearing heels. Okay.
Because Lauren is tall, but Lauren is not as statuesque, I guess you could say. Tisa's very tall. Lauren gives you more of like a model-esque because she's thin, and tall. These people look different in person, I'll tell you.
They do.
They look so different.
I don't recognize nobody.
There's
I'm just
one
like,
guy
you be pointing people out to me. I said, oh, word, I don't know who it is.
There's that guy we saw in the cafeteria. I'm still trying to figure out which commentator, if he's a sports commentator, but I've seen him a lot of times, but I can't put the name to the face. Diddy's son is kind of short though.
He's tall.
Is he?
You talking about Christian?
He's not as tall as you.
Christian is.
Is he?
Yeah.
I thought, okay.
You talking about Justin?
The brown skin one, the one that looks just like Diddy.
He a little bit. I don't know. I didn't really wasn't